Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Garcia, how old are you?
Senator, I'm 36.
Okay. And you're now at the Department of Justice. You were at O'Melveny and Myers.
That's correct.
You were a partner there?
Yes, sir.
How many partners are there at O'Melveny? Now, it's a great law firm.
My guess would be between around 150.
Yeah. Okay. Given your age and your experience, are there any partners at O'Melveny and Myers that have more experience that you think would make a better addition to our courts of appeal? Are you the very best that O'Melveny has to offer?
Senator, O'Melveny and Myers has many incredible attorneys.
Agreed.
And I would certainly hope to just be judged on my own record.
I'm just comparing. Well, let's move on. I want to understand your record. You've done a lot of pro bono cases. The June Medical Services case, was that a pro bono case?
Yes, Senator, I believe so.
Okay, so that means you weren't paid. The firm wasn't paid.
That's correct.
You just chose to do it.
The firm was not paid. As an attorney, I would have been compensated for my time.
Yeah, but the firm wasn't paid.
That's correct,
So
Senator.
you didn't have to do it to eat.
No.
Okay. And in June Medical Services, that was a Louisiana case, you argued that a doctor should not have to have admitting privileges at a hospital in order to perform an abortion. You said that was unconstitutional. Is that my understanding correct?
Senator, that case was unique because just 4 years earlier, the Supreme Court
Yeah,
had
but is
held
my
a very
understanding
similar.
of that case right, Counselor?
Yes, that's correct. Our clients argued that
All right,
law
let me
was
ask you this.
unconstitutional.
The New York State Rifle and Pistol Association versus City of New York. You represented the City of New York. Was that a pro bono case?
Yes, Senator, it was.
Okay, so you didn't have to do it to eat. You chose to do it.
At a large law firm, Senator, if you're asked to work on a case, in my experience, unless I was too busy, I believe I always said yes.
Yes, but you were a star at O'Melveny. I mean, you were a Supreme Court clerk. You can pick and choose your cases. All right, and in that case, you argued that a gun owner in New York City could own a gun in his home, but he couldn't take it, or she couldn't take it outside their home, including to a shooting range. Is that right?
Senator, it's actually a little bit different. Individuals could take their firearms to training ranges in the city, but that case actually focused on a doctrine of mootness.
Yeah, but you supported the New York's position to restrict the ownership of guns. Is that correct?
Senator, that case.
A tense Senate hearing turns explosive as a Department of Justice nominee faces sharp questioning over abortion cases, gun rights, religious freedom, and prosecutors refusing to enforce the law. This exchange reveals the deep ideological battles shaping America's courts and justice system.
It's on a doctrine of mootness.
Yeah, but you supported the New York's position to restrict the ownership of guns. Is that correct?
Senator, that case, certainly New York City was our client. There
Okay.
was a regulation on premises licenses and where
Right.
folks could train with them.
Right. I think most people know what the case is, Counselor. Now, the Our Lady of Guadalupe School v. Morrissey was another case you handled against Catholic elementary schools. Was that a pro bono case?
Yes, Senator, I believe so.
So you didn't have to, that you weren't paid. You didn't have to do it to eat. You chose to do it.
Similar to before, I enjoyed litigating complex cases, especially in the Supreme Court, so I would have agreed
Right.
when I was asked.
And so you were arguing against strike that. You were arguing against the Catholic elementary schools and against, at least from their point of view, their religious freedom. Is that correct?
I think that's fair, Senator. Our firm represented the plaintiffs in those cases.
All right. I got 45 seconds left, Counselor, and I wanted to ask Judge Douglas a question, but I don't know if I'm going to have time. She says it's okay. We've had a circumstance in America where we have prosecutors who have chosen not to prosecute an entire line of cases, not to exercise prosecutorial discretion, but just to say, even though the legislature passed a statute saying, let's say, shoplifting of any amount but under $950 is a crime, certain prosecutors have said, I just don't believe that's right. I'm not going to prosecute those cases. And they have taken it on themselves. What is your opinion of that?
Thank you, Senator. I think those types of decisions are very important for prosecutors to make carefully. And as you suggested—
What's your opinion? Are they right or wrong?
Well, Senator, as a judicial nominee, what I could commit is that if a case involving questions like that—
What's your opinion? Are they right or wrong?
Well, Senator, in the abstract, I think every executive branch, the president, has a constitutional duty to take care of the—
Do you have an opinion, Counselor?
As Senator, as a judicial nominee, it is absolutely an important issue. In fact, the Supreme Court—
Have you thought about it?
The Supreme Court just
I'm running
granted—
out of time. Have you thought about it?
I have actually not worked on a case
So you have no
relating to
opinion
that.
about what's going on all across America in terms of prosecutors not prosecuting criminals? You're telling me that? A Supreme Court clerk for Justice Kagan,
Senator,
Margaret O'Melveny and Myers. You're telling me you haven't thought about that?
Oh, that's not what I'm saying at all, Senator.
Okay.
What I'm saying
Tell
is—
me your opinion.
I hope you'll appreciate that the Code of Judicial
You're not going to
Conduct—
give me your opinion, are you?
Senator, my opinion is that
I'm
those
done.
are important
Thank
questions.
you, Mr. Chairman.
So, several senators have come and gone on the Republican side. I believe the first senator who—
If you find this political breakdown interesting, please give me a thumbs up and as well, like and subscribe for more.